What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 6 of The Boys. This one wasn't too crazy. But this one did kind of open up a few doors for some stuff. Now I know I'm almost done watching this, so a few things here. Homelander is in this house doing this interview. I don't know if that's really his house or not, and they just put stuff of his in there, but he got mad because somebody put the specific blanket on his bed. Now, the whole way I was just like, what's up with this blanket? So we see that after a while, he goes to the back and he picks up this blanket, and we see him as a baby in this white room that looks like a lab. But it still didn't tell us anything. He was sitting there with this blanket, just laughing, but nothing else. And he looked extremely upset, the grown him. So I don't know if this is kind of opening something up for later in regards to this. I'm pretty sure that it has a lot to do, because we need to know his background. We need to know how he grew up. We need to know more about Homelander, because he's just a jerk. Like, I can't, every time I see his face, I just can't stand him. So now I see that Starlight is starting to get, she's starting to get some tough skin now. She's not, taking any crap from nobody. She stood up to, what's her name? Madeline. I think that's her name. And I can't stand Madeline's face, because she always looks like she has this smug, sarcastic, smiley look on her face every time she talks, and she thinks that she could just run stuff. And Starlight, I was so happy that Starlight, stood up to her, and she was so pissed off when Starlight left the room. She just kind of did something to her desk. I was like, aha. You guys have to go and see what my reaction was in my initial reaction video. So as far as the Asian girl, I just forgot her name. Kitora. Forgive me. But we find out, we see that MM goes to this event where they've got a couple of different soups, I guess, and one of them is the mesmerizer. Which, tell me down below, you guys, if this is the boy from The Sixth Sense, because it really looks like him. I think it's him. Anyway, so he apparently has powers of premonition type of thing. Like, he'll hold your hand and he can kind of see stuff. So MM goes to kind of blackmail him a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God, who does he want him to read? So it's the Asian girl. We're going to call her K, because I know her name starts with a K, but I forgot. But we learn who her name is in this episode. We learn a little bit about her. So her parents got killed when she was younger, and then she got taken in and was trained to be a soldier. Even when we see those premonitions, or we see those, visions, she's not talking then either. So we don't know if she just can't talk, if she's choosing not to speak. But apparently she's trying to go back home because her and her brother got put in to this terrorist army, and she wasn't always like that. Like, they made her do this. So she wants to go back and get her brother out, but we don't know how she escaped either. So I'm pretty sure her story is going to kind of keep unfolding as time goes on. But initially she broke the mesmerizer's hand because she started getting flashbacks of when she was, captured in that, that basement type of thing. And she kind of got really upset. She broke his hand, but then she kind of trusted him because Frenchie is really trying to protect her. Frenchie really, really likes her, and he really believes that she's a good person, and that she's not, bad or whatever. And she did save his life in that alleyway, but she can probably help them out if they can figure out who she is. Now, she needs to be comfortable around them, because she's still not, she doesn't trust any of them really except Frenchie, but she seems to be more attentive. Like, she seems like she's kind of listening. She's sitting around watching TV. So she's okay with being around them, but she doesn't really trust them other than Frenchie, which I find interesting because I guess he's treating her extra well. So, but because Frenchie's kind of begging her, like, tell us who you are, prove me right type of thing. And that's when we find out who she really is. So that's why she wants to go back home. So stuff from there started to unfold. Now, Butcher, we find out why he's got it in for Homelander. Homelander did a horrible thing to his wife. So, if you guys saw it, Homelander, did what he did to his wife. And that kind of had her in this, I guess, in a state of shock, which is why she went to that park and sat in the bench where he was sitting. And he said that she was there every 3 hours. She wouldn't move. And then she got up, walked away, and disappeared. And that was the last time everybody saw her. Nobody knows if she got killed. He feels like either Homelander killed her or she killed herself. And he is out for blood when it comes to Homelander. So he's trying to get all this information to go back to, the what's her name? It's Jennifer Esposito. I forget her name. I don't know if she's the DA or whatever, but he's got all this information and all list of things that he wants, and he wants Homelander to be taken down and basically put under the jail. And she tells him, we can do everything except Homelander. And she expresses how terrified she is of him. And so that just kind of tells me this is the first season, and already we see that everyone is seriously afraid of him. So that kind of makes me wonder what's in store for the next the next 2 seasons, because I thought I've seen it already. Like, I can tell, like, Homelander's a really, really bad person. Like, he's absolutely evil. And then Maeve has her own thing going on with her ex. And then that's kind of messed up that her ex popped up on this interview that she was at an interview outside, and she made her feel like all she wanted with her was like a one-night stand. She doesn't want to be honest with her and tell her what's really going on. And I'm kind of glad she didn't say anything at that moment, because the stupid interview lady went and snuck around and was recording her conversation with her. So I'm glad she didn't say anything then. But anyway, so Butcher's really concerned about Huey, because Huey is really falling for Starlight. And Starlight, as far as we see, she's the only good one out of the 7. Like, she wants to get away. She's trying to do everything the right way. She's not taking no junk from anybody. She wants to be honest. She's a Christian girl. She doesn't want to be, she doesn't want to have, she wants to be represented properly. And so far we see she's the good one, right? And he's like, she's really good. She's a good person. But Butcher is really trying to convince him. So Butcher took Huey to this, I guess, what is it called? It was like this association where people who got either caught up with these soups or were basically collateral damage from dealing with these soups. And there was a story in there that I was like, I actually envisioned it as he was telling it. This dude was dealing with Ice Princess or something, and they were doing what they do. And when she hit her peak, she froze, and so did his stuff. And he said it snapped off. Like, that was wild. That was really wild. But Butcher's a hothead. He got very upset when the lady was trying to tell him that to speak and stuff. And he's got a lot of pent up anger and resentment and stuff. And I don't, like, he seems dangerous, but I don't know. He wants to avenge his wife's disappearance. I'm not even going to call it killing, because we don't know if she's dead or not. I personally hope that she's alive, but we'll just have to see. So, but anyway, so Huey's really falling for her. Starlight's sitting there talking about going to the Bahamas and just escaping and everything, and Butcher's not too happy about that. But it ends with Huey, you know, and talking to Butcher at this bar, and Butcher's like, well, what are you gonna do when she finds out, you know, about translucent? And he was like, don't you mean when? So is Huey planning on telling her? Like, I don't know. That's a whole nother can of worms. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens next. But anyway, those are my thoughts on my review for episode 6 of The Boys. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you enjoyed my review. Let me know your thoughts on episode 6. Yeah, man, it's getting crazy. It's getting really crazy. Anyway, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!